Hello class, welcome back to your pre-recorded videos. So today's recording is about distance and displacement. So we did go over this during our live lecture, but I want to go into it more in depth and add a more difficult example, which we didn't go over in class. But however, in your worksheet that will be provided, you will have some difficult examples to do. So I want to make sure you understand what to do during those cases. So distance, again, is that scalar quantity and refers to how much ground is covered during its motion. So it's like wearing a Fitbit, and that Fitbit is counting all your steps. That's distance. It's that total amount. Displacement, however, is a vector quantity, so it has direction to it, and refers to how far out of place an object is. The overall change in position, okay, from your first stop to your last stop, how far away are you actually from that stop? And to calculate it, we have a different method called where we're going to do the shortest path between the initial and the final point to calculate displacement. So I'll do an example that will go over that. So the first example is Anthony walks to the pizza place for lunch. He walks 1 km east and then 1 km south and then 1 km west again. Okay, so let's draw out Anthony's path. It'll be a lot easier to visualize it. So 1 km east, 1 km south, and then 1 km west. So to calculate the distance, you just have to add out the total number of kilometers. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3 km that Anthony walked. Now displacement is the overall position. So Anthony here started here, and then he ended up here. So to calculate this, we're going to go take the shortest path to get here. So basically, we're going to cancel out west and east because they do cancel out. And he actually traveled only 1 km south altogether. That's the overall positioning. Okay, next question. Example 2. Tom goes on a camel safari in Africa. He travels 5 km north and then 3 km east. Let's discover his distance and displacement. So let's draw it out. He goes 5 km north and then 3 km east. Okay? So the distance is just the total amount of area that he's actually traveled, or the amount of ground that he covered. So 5 plus 3 equals 8 km. Now, however, displacement is the overall position. So we're going to actually take the shortcut. You have to find the shortest path in which the start is to the finish. So that would actually be the hypotenuse. So we're going to actually calculate the hypotenuse, and to do that, so displacement equals here, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that right now. Okay, so Pythagorean theorem. You understand what I mean. Okay, so we are going to calculate that, and we're using, so distance equals, it's squared, right? Equals 5 km squared plus 3 km squared, which will get us, let's all put it in the calculator and calculate our answers to get the final one. Okay, everyone should have got a displacement of 5.8 km. And we can say that he traveled northeast. Okay, how did we get that? Again, when you square Pythagorean